Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be changing the carburetor on a Coleman mini bike. Today's bike is a BT200X, but the process will be the same on any of their 200 series mini bikes. The process will also be the same on any of their 200 series engines, any of the Predator 212cc engines, or any of the Honda GX series engines. They're all made after the Honda GX series engines, we call them the Honda clones. Same style carburetor, same style engine, and so the process will be the same. If you've decided to switch your engine on your mini bike, you have a little bit different engine, you've swapped it, done an engine swap for a Predator or put a Honda on it, the process will be the same. But today we're going to be working on a stock Coleman mini bike, so let's get right into it. Here we are guys, here's the BT200X. The reason we're changing this carburetor is it doesn't run. The carburetors that come on these engines aren't very good in my opinion. They're not serviceable, they don't have any kind of idle adjustment. The main jet in the middle is not removable. They've done kind of a twist lock deal on that jet and you can't reverse it out, you can only tighten it in. See if I can show you a picture of that. And so generally I just replace them. There's no sense in trying to clean them in my opinion. Again, you can get a cheap carburetor online and just switch it out. Today's carburetor we're going to be switching it with is a HiPA carburetor. Good quality carburetor, you can switch it out. I'll put a link in the description. You can get this carburetor. Current price on this is about 17 bucks for the kit. I'll show you what's inside of here, but again, this carburetor will work for this Coleman engine. It will work for a Predator 212. It will work for the Honda series, you know, up to a GX 200. Make sure it fits your specific engine, but several of the Honda GX series. Anyways, double check on that. But HiPA sent this to me, so we're gonna open it up. I'll show you what's inside and then we'll switch it out. So here's your kit. Again, it's for several different engines, so they give you quite a bit of stuff in here to use. You won't necessarily use it for everything. This particular bike doesn't have a fuel filter, but they send you one in here. Here's your fancy brand new carburetor all wrapped. Give you 2 new fuel clamps if you want to change the fuel line. If you need to change the fuel line, they send you some fuel line. And then brand new gaskets. So again, because this is made for several different engines, they give you kind of what you need for any of your situations. Very simple job to do. All you need is a 10 millimeter, some hose clamp pliers unless you have an empty fuel tank, and some kind of pliers or some strong Talon grip fingers if that's what you've got, to take off the hose clamp. So you got 2 10 millimeter nuts here. Unless you're cleaning the air filter or anything, you don't need to take that off. This whole box just comes off in one assembly. It's going to take the breather hose out of the valve cover. Got some fuel there leaking. There's your carburetor. You've got a insulator, spacer, gasket there. Save that. We'll use that again. And then here's your fuel line and clamp. This has got a full tank of fuel, so I'm going to clamp that right there. Take off the fuel clamp there, and then pull the hose up. You can use a little piece of flathead screwdriver to kind of push that up, whatever you need to do there. Just push it off the fuel barb. inlet barb. And then this always gets stuck on these. This is kind of pushed down with this little overhang here. So I kind of lift it up just to get this throttle casing up from under it. So lift up so you can pull that up underneath that, and then you can get your throttle linkage and your throttle return spring off of there. This is leaking like crazy, but that's how you remove the carb. Let's see, I'm assuming this came with a new one. Yes, it did. So we're gonna junk that. And here's the new carb. So it comes with a brand new choke lever. And a brand new fancy carb. Looks identical. Comes with some adjustment. You've got, I mean, this already looks a lot better than the other one. It's just the quality looks better to me. That's why I switch them out. Anyways, back to installing it. Just reverse the installation process. So put it back on here. Make sure this gasket's good. If it tore at all, or I mean, you should probably replace it anyways, but this one's appears fine to me. I'm just gonna keep it on there, but make sure that's fine. You can replace it since they send you one with one anyways. Put it on there, attach your throttle linkage. Lift up on here again so you can get that underneath there. Attach your fuel line. Your hose clamp. You can undo that, get it out of the way, put it back in its little slot there. Push that back, make sure it's seated. Don't forget your choke lever. It goes on this little barb there, and then this little pin goes into the choke slot there. Make sure it works. And then I like to put it out, make sure the choke's closed so it fits through the air filter housing. And then make sure the fuel's off as well. That just makes putting the air filter housing on a lot easier. And don't forget your insulator, spacer, gasket. Put that on, make sure it lines up correctly, make sure both these holes are open. Then you're good to put this air filter box back on. So line up the stud holes, get that started. And that's where these levers come into play. They're already in the right spot to slide right through. Get your breather tube in the right spot to go in the valve cover. And as you push it back, make sure everything's getting in the right spot. And there we go. Put your nuts back on. You don't need to crank them down super tight, just make sure it's sealed. You're not going to have any air leaks. Everything's pushed together nicely. And there we go. Let's fire her up, make sure she runs good, better than she did before. Choke's on, fuel's on. First pull, baby. Look at that. There she goes. Beautiful. No adjustment needed. I'm gonna take it for a spin. So that is how you replace the carburetor on a BT200X Coleman mini bike, or as I said, several other engines. Check HiPA out. They have great products. As you can tell, first pull, running great. I'm gonna go give this a test ride. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.